So here we are. You're going to see what I see because, like I said, I'm without Ken, the producer, so you're going to have to bear with me here. You're going to get to see what I see. So here's the front of the tractor. You can see there's one of the turf tires on the front. For right now, I'm going to focus on the mower deck. There it is. It's mounted underneath. I have been using it for several weeks now. It has been a total game changer for me. The wife is happier because it takes me longer to cut the grass. It's just nice having the power of the diesel, and it's nice to be able to cut 72 inches at a time. It definitely goes much faster. So as you can see, the adjustments are made to the height of this deck. With here, there's a pin you pull out, and this whole yoke raises up and down. So you can select your different heights. And there's one on the back here that does the same. And to know what height you're at, and I actually found the sticker. I was lucky because the sticker that was there was totally trashed. But I was able to find a replacement sticker. And there it is. It tells you the different heights and the settings that you need to put the pins at. So that was a huge find. I probably paid more for it than I would like to. But sometimes you just kind of need to bite the bullet and get what you need. Now, what's really interesting here, and I love this, is this tag here by Ford New Holland. And the greatest thing that I love is what's here at the bottom, Made in the USA. And that's why it's still here, even though it sat outside for 20-something years on a shelf and it was able to be salvaged. But here it is. You can kind of see some of the inner workings down there. Hopefully it's not too dark. This is the main gearbox right here. There is a drive shaft, and this is one of the reasons why I didn't buy another tractor, and I like this tractor. There's a drive shaft. This drives off of the rear power takeoff. And you can see that shaft comes in here, drives this gearbox in here. There's a shield over it so nobody gets any feet or hands caught in it. But I'll walk you around to the back, and I'll show you the drop-down gearbox. Most tractors, John Deere's, other things like that, they have the big pulley in the back with the belt, and that's fine. It works great. I've just been raised on shaft-driven attachments, and I'm just a real big fan of things like that. I really, really prefer that. So I really like the setup on this tractor. It really drove me to pursue this mower. So let me walk you around back, and as we walk around back, you'll see there's the turf tires. They're worn. They're not horrible. There's some cracks in them from weathering, but they really disperse the weight of the tractor. They're not loaded with any ballast, and there's no weights, unlike my tractor tires, which do have ballast in them, and they are pretty darn heavy. Would never want one to fall over on me. But the turf tires do work really nice. So here in the back is our drop-down gearbox. You can see the decal on the back of that's kind of weathered. I've tried to find a replacement. I couldn't find one. Maybe I'll give my wife an assignment. She does a lot of crafty graphics work and has one of those vinyl cutters. Maybe I'll give her an assignment and see if she can make me a nice new decal. But as you can see, it powers right off. Let me see if I can lift that up. The power takeoff in there. And basically what's inside this box, I thought it was gears. There's no gears. There's sprockets with a chain. It's like a bicycle. It is full of grease up to about here. So that's constantly riding in grease. It was, geez, I think I put 2.5 tubs of grease in there. But it should last quite a while, and it'll keep that lubricated. It does make a little noise when it runs, but it's not horrible. It sounds like you pedaling a bike. So it uses the rear lift arms to lift the mower as well. So let me see if I can get in here for you guys and see if I can show you. This is it right here. There's a special set of arms that go over the normal lift arms off the rear. And there's a whole set of linkage in there that lifts that whole mower up. It doesn't go up super high, but it's pretty decent. It gets it off the ground. You get pretty good clearance. So we'll look at that when we get over to the other side. Here's the two added hydraulic auxiliary lines that I told you about. Those were not originally on the tractor. I haven't used them yet, but it's nice, the idea of having them back there. Like I said, if I ever want to run anything that's hydraulically powered, like my plan originally was a log splitter, but I haven't gone there yet. We'll see what happens. So as I work my way back down on the other side here, you can see there's my drawbar over there. With the gearbox in there, you have to swing it over to the side and lock it in there. That is a replacement drawbar. I bought it brand new. It is a big, huge piece of 1 inch, I believe it's 1 inch thick steel. It's not going to go anywhere. But that was not here when I got the tractor. I had to replace that. We'll move over to this side. You can see the discharge side of the tractor. And man, does it ever throw grass. Now this mower turns at 540 RPMs. So while the tractor speed isn't very high, the mower speed is pretty high. It's not as high as the machinery they're making today. I'm almost convinced that with some of the machinery that they're making today, that the mower speed, if you put the right blade on there, you can fly around like a helicopter because it's moving so fast. But as we come underneath here, let me see, hopefully it's not going to be too dark for you guys. Here's part of the lift mechanism here that lifts that mower. The stabilization bars, you can see more of the running gear inside the pulleys. It's super quiet when it runs. That's evidence that it's all brand new. I did grease it all real good. I did not take the towers apart. I just greased them before I started using them. You can see there's an anti-scalp roller on there, and then the drag links that go up to the front of the tractor that basically pulls the tractor along. There's a lot of bracketry that I put on here to make this hook up to the tractor. Wasn't horrible. You can actually use the bucket on this with the mower on it. You can actually lift the mower up and it can pin in position. I haven't tried to do that. I don't know if I ever will, but there is the option to do that. You cannot have the snowplow on this with the mower on it. The mower will need to come off. Maybe even some of the bracketry might come off. That might be a pain in the you-know-what, but we'll see what happens when I get that front blade all cleaned up and have to go to mount it. We'll take a look at what needs to come off, what can stay. So the brakes on this side, foot accelerator, the main control for the front hydraulics. This is what I will use when I have the blade on the front to lift it and tilt it. Moving in here closer to the operator's platform. Here is the control for the rear auxiliary outlets that are on the back. My main lift, as you can see, I have it set in a slight raised position. That is what you have to do with the mower deck. You actually have to set the down position on it. And the up position, you can only go so far. You can't pull this handle all the way back. You basically lift the mower until you feel it start to hit the bottom of the deck. There's actually lift plates that contact the frame that stop it from going any further. Right here is your four-wheel drive control. Of course, I'm just cutting grass with it now, so it's in two-wheel drive. I'll actually get in the seat and we'll talk about the items up at the steering wheel. The turf tires, again, in good shape, very happy with them. And I'll walk you around here to the front. The Ford emblem on there. A lot of these tractors that you'll see, just like this, will have New Holland emblems on them. This is from 1989. I believe that was the year that New Holland bought Ford Tractor Works. And this one still has the Ford on it. It's a little dinged up, but it's there for the most part. And you can see my hydraulic power units there, my inputs and outputs for the bucket or any front attachment. So that's pretty much the tractor from this aspect. So I'm going to walk back around to this side. It does have the rollover protection bar on it, as you can see. I put this slow moving vehicle sign on the back. There's the toolbox here. I store stuff in there, but I added this to it, and that actually was all made for this tractor. So there's nothing that's been fabricated there. That actually belongs as such. The lights that are on it. These, I think I had some burnouts, maybe a cracked light on, so I did replace that. I just want to move back over here before I sit in the operator's seat. You can see I've got some carbon coming off onto the hood from the the muffler, and that's because I think under here, I had to weld it at one point, it almost broke off. I think it's kind of rotted, probably needs to be replaced, so I'm looking at buying a new muffler for it. So let me take us up on the operator's position. I always say that any tractor that has a place to put your foot on the mower deck to get on the tractor, to me, that's just cool. So anyway, let me get up here. We'll sit down. So here's the operator's position. Your forward reverse is here. Basically flip it up, lock it in for reverse, flip it back down, lock it forward to go forward, lock it back toward you for reverse. Man, I had that screwed up. Your first, second, third, and fourth gears are over here. Your throttle here, parking brake here, your clutch pedal down here. As we saw earlier, your brakes are there. Starter switch is over on the side here. Then if we look down next to me, you can see there's your main lift for your rear hydraulics, my auxiliary hydraulic line control. We bounce over to here. Here's my range selector lever, and tucked back here is my power takeoff lever. There is a seat belt on this tractor, which I thought was really neat and really cool. It is original to the tractor. The seat that I'm sitting on is not, but the rest of it is. And then we get a quick look at the operator's readout here. Your light switch is here. Temperature, gas, your idiot lights, your proof meter. You can see it wants you to run, at about 2,300 RPMs for that power takeoff speed to hit 540. Let me see if I can focus in on it for you there. So that engine's running pretty good when we're mowing, but it still does great. And just looking out over the nose of the tractor and how great it is. I do believe that this center here is supposed to have a Ford emblem in it. I've never had it. It's never been there. I got to see if I can get a replacement one because I think the New Hollands actually had one. I can't imagine the Fords wouldn't. But that's the tractor in total. Like I said, it just runs outstanding. I don't know if you can see the hours on it. It has 4,383 hours on it. Like I said, I have replaced the clutch in it. It does have some leaks in it here and there. It is not perfect. It runs beautifully. I am fixing up things on it, the small issues as time goes by. But for right now, it's a working machine, and it will continue to get loved and get worked. And it's just, like I said, if I had to pick a tractor to keep, this is probably the one that I would definitely hold on to. So hope you guys enjoyed the walk around on that. It is really an amazing piece of equipment. I absolutely love it. So let me know if you have questions. Let me know if you have any comments. Oh, one other thing that I missed that I did not point out here. This is the speed of the hydraulic. Oh, look, a plum sitting there from cutting the grass. This is to control the speed at which the rear hydraulics raise and lower. You can actually control the speed on that. That's what that is there. But that's it. That's the tractor. Very happy with it. My buddy Ian, thank you so much. Know that this tractor is absolutely loved. It sits here in my shop that's heated and air conditioned. It has a good life. It is loved. It is taken care of, and it is used and never abused. So thank you again for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Well, that's it for today. We did the walk around on the 1920, talked about the mower deck. It's 72 inches, as I said, side discharge, does an amazing job cutting. I'll also throw up some pictures of it. Maybe I have some before pictures I can put on that you can see. I'll show you some pictures of me in the yard with it. It parked in some shade, just getting some sun for a photographic moment. But really love this tractor, love the mower deck on it. Super excited to get my front blade all fixed up and try that out this winter. And we'll take a look at that when we get some snow. So we're a couple months away from that. But for now, I'll keep cutting the grass, and we'll get back to working on our 1953 Super H and get that coming together. Thanks for being here today on All American Tractor Works. I'm Greg Mipps. Take care.